And that's ready to start assembling now the bed extender. Okay, I've previously already put together the left hand side. We're going to put together the right hand side. First thing you really want to do is put some tape just to give you the measurements so you can see where to line up your right hand side. And we go about, well, they say 7 inches, which is 180 mil. So put a bit of tape on there, and it's just a guide so that you know where the actual centre bars are. It's about 180 mil, doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be too precise, it's just so that you can see where your bars are. We're just going to assemble our rails to go onto the other side. So basically, that's the orientation. Pretty much nice and easy. There's 3 bolts, a large one, 2 smaller ones. The smaller ones are the top and the bottom. The large one is the middle. Nuts go in the nutsets. There's no set rails, they're all the same, so they can go in any order. Larger bolt in the middle. Now there's a collet that sits inside that. At that point, it's best to place the strap on the middle bar, otherwise you will forget it and then you have to pull the whole thing apart and redo that. Now we'll go over to the car. Up, so now we can pretty much put our right hand side in. Just gently again, try not to scratch anything or hit anything. So clip it in, make sure your width is good. Now the reason for the tape was this side you want to keep loose, and what you can do is you can adjust where your rails sit so there's an even gap between the tape. Your height, depending on whether you chose a high or a low, is dependent on which rubbers you use. I've used a high, so I'm using a high rubber. If you choose a low, then you choose a low rubber, and that will drop the whole bed extender down. All right. In these plastic middle sections, there's a slightly raised area. I don't know whether you can see that, but slightly raised, slightly raised, slightly raised. So the raised section fits on the smaller. Put your whichever size rubbers you've decided, just flick them onto the top and the bottom. Again, look for your raised side. So the raised side is going to go in here. And pretty much squeeze it all together. This one's nice and easy, they're just straight screws. I start at the top and just go down and start to. At that point you can remove all your tape. And your bed extender is basically installed. Once you've done putting everything together, the last bit is to pretty much basically place your lock collar there, screw that in. It can be adjusted with the strap, so wherever you'd like to put it, wherever's a nice spot for you, that's basically all it does. It just stops the extender from lifting up. Once assembled, just make sure that it rolls back nice and easy. Pretty much that's how it works. To remove it, you can completely remove the whole back. Pull the pins out of both sides. Come up on a 45 and just lift it out. To replace it, it's just the reverse of what we did to pull it out. So it's literally the same on that 45. Into each side, and basically put the pins in at that point. Once the pins are in, it's all secure. You can either leave it out or fold it back over, depending on what you're up to. That's it.